Morning, guys. Um, I'm smiling because this morning I wanted to come in here and do a fun video. It's not gonna be long, but the title of this video is "How to Get a Beautiful Woman." Now, any woman, beauty, as we know, is in the eye of the beholder. It's just really that simple. What another woman might think is beautiful is, it really, it depends on the person. But nevertheless, how to get a beautiful woman. And, first thing is that you have so many people, usually men, well, women too, but this is about men. But you have a lot of assumptions when it comes to a beautiful woman. The first thing is that she's stuck up, and she probably already has somebody, and so a lot of guys just don't approach. What I have found is that usually, not all the time, but a lot of times, you will find a very beautiful woman with a man who others may not feel is very attractive. And you wonder, how did he do that? How did he pull that? How did he get that? Whatever. But, what I have found with men who, for some reason, are not as attractive as the average guy, and who just made himself think it's just ugly. But I have found that those guys, for some reason, have a lot more courage to walk up to and just start a conversation, just try to talk to a beautiful woman. And frankly, honestly, that's how it's done. And so you find these guys who you may feel is not attractive, and oh my goodness, what in the world is she doing with her? You had the I cannot think of that guy that Janet Jackson was with, the black guy, but she was so beautiful, and it's like, I forget his name, but anyway, it's almost like, how in the world they do that, But honestly and seriously, they come up and approach and they talk and they just lay it out on the table. I think you're beautiful. I'd like to talk to you, and can we be friends? Just whatever. And because of the assumption, first of all, that she stuck up, and because of the assumption that she already has somebody, and a lot of times she doesn't, they get it. I don't mean it. I mean, they get her, But, because usually a guy that is, or who himself is just really, he thinks he's the SHIT. Usually he's not going to approach a lot of times because he already feels that, they should be coming to me. And a beautiful woman is not going to do that. Not a real woman. She's not going to do that, But, so they have that type of attitude. And, or either, like I say, just assuming, oh, she's not going to talk to me. She's not going to give me a time of day. That's not the case a lot of times either. Because, like I say, because of so many assumptions that she must have somebody, she's probably here with somebody, or she's stuck up, she's not going to, then you don't get approached sometimes. And so because of that assumption, but like I say, I have found in my experience that you have a lot of guys who do not consider themselves attractive or whatever, and they get the beautiful women because they approach. And women like funny men, just normally. If he makes her laugh, if he keeps her laughing, that's another way. You just, even if you come to her acting like you're not really trying to get with her, but you are, but you're just keeping her laughing, you're keeping her, giving her attention. I mean, it seems like there's so many things now today that, guys feel like, oh, if you do that, you sweating her, or you a wuss, or you whatever. I'm not sure who started this stuff, but people like attention. A beautiful woman likes attention. Every woman likes attention. Men like attention. I mean, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with giving people attention, telling people that, they have great qualities. You have a nice personality. You're funny. I think you could be such and such. I think this would be really good for you. I think, you're the kind of person that seems like such and such. I mean, all those things really, if it's a real, true, intelligent woman, is going to open up conversation. Next thing you know, if you engage a woman in a nice conversation, not necessarily talking about her body, what you want to do and how you want to do to it, you'll get her attention, good conversation. But, it's really, I met a person a long time ago. I wasn't serious about it or anything like that. It was just kind of like in the beginning meeting phases. But this guy actually told me that he was not going to flatter me. He was not going to tell me I'm pretty. He was not going to tell me that I'm not. He wasn't going to tell me any of this because he don't want me to get a big head. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, that's crazy. Because if it's honest and if it's true, you do it. I know what I found. You have a lot of real immature people of all ages. I'm talking about going into their 40s, 50s, 60s. I haven't met anyone that old, but who are just very immature. I mean, just silly. Just don't know how to communicate with people. And communication is the main key with talking and meeting people. So, you do it. You don't be afraid. You get up, you go, you be confident. Women like confidence. And if I see that you are confident enough to come up to me and you don't feel like you're all that attractive, don't feel like you could get with me anyway, then, I mean, that really actually, that's some brownie points for you, because it's like, whoa, wow, And a lot of times you'll be pleasantly surprised because, like I said, a lot of times she's not seeing anyone. She's not, because most guys get so intimidated that they just don't know how to relate to a woman who they feel is very, very beautiful. The other last thing is that you have a lot of men who, once they get her, they go on this wild, crazy, jealous, oh, what you putting on makeup for? And, oh, I never smelled that perfume. What you wearing that for? And this and that. And it's just like, all of a sudden, you don't want her to be beautiful anymore. You don't, I mean, what I had one person ask me, we're in the car together, some guy apparently in some truck or whatever on the freeway or down the street, whatever, kept looking at me in the car. He looks over at me, and I wasn't even paying attention. He looks over at me, that nigga, and I'm just like, no, I don't know him. I can't stop, but don't do that. It shows immaturity. If you're not confident to feel like you can keep her, or if you got to fuss and argue and fight and everything, don't even waste people's time. I mean, it's just, don't even waste people's time, but it's like once you get the beautiful woman, then all of a sudden all of your confidence, all of your whatever goes out the window because you're afraid she's going to cheat on you. You're afraid she's going to leave you. You're afraid that, oh, she wearing this, she looking too good. That's why you were attracted. So why knock her for that if she wants to remain beautiful and continue to look beautiful? I seriously have met men who, after they got with me, what you putting that on for? Oh, well, them jeans a little tight, or don't you think that this and that? And it's just like, and it doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with them and their confidence, So, how to get a beautiful woman? Go up to her, talk to her, make her laugh, start a good conversation. Don't assume anything. Very last thing. Please don't assume because she's beautiful, she wants money and she's being taken care of. Me, myself, I was always a hard worker, very hard worker. Matter of fact, I worked way too hard for the pay I got. But bottom line, don't assume she's a gold digger. I mean, that's like this new thing out here that if she's beautiful, if she's fine or whatever, I'm going to have to take care of her. I'm going to have to have a bunch of money. I'm not saying that you need to be broke. You don't need to be broke no woman wants a broke man. I'm not, it's not about, you need to be able to contribute to an active relationship, So you need things. You need money. You need a job. But I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about is don't think that you got to take care of her like she's a gold digger and she's she just wants your money and this and that. And, if I have enough money, I can buy her. I had one of those, try. It wasn't really ever a real relationship. But I had someone who, all he talked about was his money, his 401k, his retirement. When I get retired, I'm gonna be sitting fat. I'm gonna be, my money and this and that. Yeah, I got paid. It's just like, I don't know if he thought I was gonna ask for some, or if he thought that was impressive to me or whatever. But I've kept a job all my life. I've had to, And so, money and you throwing your money and all that for me personally, I know it's a whole lot of different types of women out there, but that never impressed me because I already had my own, So don't go to a woman with that. Let her know, of course, that, if it comes to it, if she needs, if money from the get-go really shouldn't even be coming into play, just to be honest, because it's gonna take your mind there. Oh, what about this? I will share this last one. And this was about money. I met a guy, I think we had, we met. And we got along so good. He was a musician. He, was way back like early 90s or whatever. He had that Prince sound or whatever. He gave me a CD of his music and everything. It was a really good conversation. And so, we got along great. But one day, he called me. I remember I was standing in my kitchen. And he was just like, what's wrong? And I was just like, I really didn't want to tell him because it was about money. And I didn't want him to think that I was asking because I wasn't. But I got a light bill that was like just astronomically high. I was in the South, in Texas. If you know anything about that, you know how those light bills can get. So I was trying to, continue the conversation and just, continue another conversation, but he would not let it go. What's wrong? What's the problem and everything? I'm just like, nothing. Just, it's good. It's okay. Don't worry about it. He wouldn't let it go. So I told him. And this guy was like, oh, okay, and I think I said, just, my light bill came, it's just real high or whatever, and, don't worry about it, it's, I'm going to deal with it, because, I did, if worst come to worst, I'll get on a payment plan and, pay it off, so I wasn't worried about it, but like I said, the assumption was that I was about to ask for money, or that's what I needed and wanted, and never heard from him again. Never even called. Nothing. Called him. Didn't answer the phone. Just nothing. And I'm just like, wow. didn't bother me so much that he stopped talking to me so much. It was more of him assuming that's what I wanted, and it was not. First of all, he pulled it out of me. I wasn't even trying to tell him. He pulled it out of me. So, but anyway, this was supposed to be a short video. Wanted to share that. If you see a beautiful woman, don't assume anything. Approach her, talk to her, get to know her, make her laugh, and trust me, you would be surprised there are good women out there. Very, very good black women out there. They're not all that you keep hearing about, these ratchet, skank, ghetto, whatever. I'm going to make a video about that too, but that's how you do it. Comment, rate, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.